This is camp 1. Here we see the hobo stove. This is where we sit or dry our clothes, hang out to dry our clothes. Some luggage. Okay, here we have the ground dweller with a military style bivy bag. And as you can see, the ground is very, very soft here. And over here we have the tree hanger. Luggage on the floor, a tarp, and underneath the tarp a hammock. This is our view. The sun is coming up in the east. Okay, the laundry. We're going to break up camp in a few moments and then start hiking again. When walking in nature here in Sweden, this is what you can find. A sort of cabin where you can sleep. A bench. A fireplace. They have built something to hang your backpacks or maybe your pots and pans. A little bird's house in the trees. And a lake. So we decided we're going to stay here for the rest of the day and make this camp number 2. So we can refresh ourselves, do the dishes, maybe do some laundry, take a bath, maybe do some fishing, some good cooking. And we'll see what happens. Maybe we sleep on the floor or in the cabin, or maybe I will put up the hammock. Haven't decided yet. Okay, this is my poncho and hammock setup. It's a small travel hammock, very lightweight. You see the bungees leading to the poncho. The poncho is diagonal. Away to the other tree. And then the ridge line goes to 2 different trees to hang my clothes. Of course, a poncho is not a real square, so it's a bit, it's not symmetrical, but it does cover the entire length of the hammock. This is the IKEA hobo stove. A lot of people use this. There's a hole to put bigger sticks in there, 2 tent pegs. I also formed the tent pegs so they make a loop, because I can put them in the ground, put other tent pegs in there and make a sort of a level above the fireplace, also to cook. And then I made from an old tin, I made a windscreen, and it's adjustable in height. Because of the holes, one of the tent pegs goes through the holes of the windscreen and through the holes of the hobo stove. So I can adjust them because there's 3 holes like this. Maybe I can show it to you. There's 3 holes, so I can adjust it. I can make it lower and use it with an alcohol burner. But I can also keep the height, but put the windscreen up 1 or 2 distances when it's very windy, but when you need the suction from below. So this is the IKEA hobo stove with a windscreen. It works rather well. Okay, we had our first catch of the day. A small fish, I don't know the English name, in Holland we call it baars. It's too small to eat, although they are good eating fish. This is just a little one. So we're going to return it. We just need to get the pliers. There's a lot of black flies surrounding us now, so I'll leave it with this. Okay, it's the next morning, camp number 2. Decided to do some fishing for breakfast. Spend some time fishing, spend some time gathering wood. Altogether maybe 45 minutes. And this is the catch of the day. This is going to be breakfast. I placed the Nalgene 1 liter water bottle next to it, so you can compare the size. But this is a good eating fish, bass. Yesterday I couldn't remember the name, but it's bass. Good eating fish, fresh from the lake. We're going to enjoy and then move on. Now it's a few moments later. Only a few moments later, and we are cooking the fish over the fire. Gutted them, stretched them. On mine I put a little bit of Chinese 5 spice. And my colleague wants his pure and simple. So this will be breakfast. I guess it will be ready in about 30 minutes or so. Slowly cooked over the fire. Because when in Sweden, we are never in a hurry. Okay, this is maximum zoom. So it's very difficult to hold it still, the camera. But on the other side of the lake, there is someone. But that's a long distance from us. Okay, this is where we are now. We're making up camp. The lake is bigger than the last one we were. This time we have no wooden shed. But we do have a nice place with fireplace. A place to put up your hammock. And also plenty of room for the ground dwellers. Preparing some tea in a moment. Maybe have some lunch. It's 2:30 now. A lot of spruce trees. That's where we make the tea of. Birch trees, and the water is very crystal clear. I just put it in a bottle and it's totally white, but of course we're going to cook it. But this lake, it seems there's no activities surrounding it, there's no roads surrounding it. And it's only for people coming here for a day or maybe a week. I see no water sports activities, no motorized activities of any kind. So, let's give it a shot. This is our camp number 3. Okay, today is Tuesday. We arrived at camp number 4. From camp number 3 we went to the other side of the lake because from a distance it looked like a very good camp spot. But when we got there it was very polluted, a lot of garbage bags and debris. So we decided we didn't want to stay there. And then we found on the map a small lake. So we went there. Some trees, over there hills, and a cabin. Maybe not too comfortable to sleep in, although there is a bed on a higher level even. But it will be very good. It will be very good to put your luggage high and dry. So I'm going to make up camp. Have to decide where to put my hammock. First show you the lake. It's small. The water is a bit more yellow greenish than in the other lake. But still we can filter it and boil it, so no problems. Maybe it's a good fishing lake. Going from camp 2 to camp 3 I lost my fishing rod and reel. I had it strapped to my backpack, but we had to do a lot of climbing and going in between the brush and the trees, so somewhere along the way I lost it. So I have to do some hobo fishing now. We'll see what happens. Okay, this was what happened. The hobo stove is working very well. Pine wood. Of course, pine has a lot of resin in it. And here the lighter, it was laying around. And one spark hit the lighter and the lighter exploded. I will try to zoom in. It burned right through. So this is what happens with pine. So what have we learned today? Don't put your lighter near the fire. That's the lesson. But then again, the hobo stove is functioning very well. Okay, we did manage to catch a bass on a very tiny rod. It's like it fits in your pocket. And only after about 5 throws I managed to hook this bass. You can only throw about 5 meters. But this is going to be an in-between snack. And that's already enough for us for now. So we're going to have us some fish. And within 5 minutes after catching the first one was edible size. This one is too small, but still 2 catches in about 5 minutes with just a very simple and very short travel rod. As you can see, the rod, the top already split in half, but still we're catching fish. Okay, we're going to release this one. Now, I don't know if it's visible on the camera, because it's just beneath the water surface here, but there's a very big leech. He's trying to make his way up now. I hope it's visible. He's going to climb onto the rocks, and also a very big ant is walking towards it. Oh, here you see. Now you see what's happening here with the leash. So this is also nature in Sweden.
Zendmast. Een weiland. Ik kan je niet voorstellen dat dat meer is. Het is veel groter.
Ja, dat lijkt wel dat hele grote. Maar dat kan toch niet? Die moet
daar liggen.
Die moet aan de andere kant liggen juist. Dan zal het hem toch zijn. This one is a freshwater lake. You can also see people enjoying themselves, having a bath. And in the background is part of the sea, salt water. Well, on the top where we stand now, there used to be a memorial sign or something like this. At least that's what it says on the map. But nothing to be found. Just where it once was. So this lake will probably be our next camp. But we have to go down quite a bit. From that top I saw this lake. So we're now at the lake. This was our camp 5. We stayed here for the night. Yesterday it was real sunny. Today it's cloudy. We had some rain also. But it's a nice lake. It's only that more people make use of it. Young people, locals were here and up until 12 o'clock. And of course they had a fire and they made some noise, but no problem. We haven't tried fishing here, but there is fish. So, my hammock in between the trees. You can rent stugas or maybe some other houses for holidays here. And there's a city center, small city center with a supermarket, approximately a 35 minutes walk from here. So if you need new provisions, you can get them here. So this is camp 5. Our plan is to return to camp number 2, where we will also stay the last evening before we have to go back. And that would be somewhere that way. Okay, this is my meal. In the bowl is couscous, together with goji berries. You can see the red goji berries. Some greens we picked over here, and then there's little slices of salami and of Italian ham, all mixed together and warmed up on the hobo stove, or cooked actually. So, a nice bushcraft meal.